someone's sleeping in his office.
Oh, yeah. You saw that picture, right? Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
So I came into my studio on Monday morning after the weekend, and I walked in, and I have this lovely futon in my studio.
It's the most uncomfortable piece of furniture ever made.
Terrible.
More like a crouton.
Those coming up in radio who have to do those terrible overnight graveyard shifts, who work 2 and 3 shifts back to back, and I get it. It sucks, and you need a place to crash. You just want to get 20, 30 minutes of sleep. It's not the same as being like an on-call nurse, responsibility-wise.
No one's going to die.
No one's going to die, but it's still just as tiring. So I understand needing to, steal away to a soundproof room with the lights off and just catch a few.
I'd like to sleep in here.
However, if you're going to do that in my studio, put everything back the way you found it. I literally came into what looked like, a hotel room that had just been checked out.
I love that they unfolded the futon all the way, too. Like, they couldn't, I think 2 people were sleeping in your room.
Like a click-clack? Is that the kind of thing that they're called? Yeah, that's what it is. It doesn't just fold down. You have to pull it, and it makes these clickety-clack noises and then fold down.
I love that picture, though.
I get it. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I personally could go into someone's studio/office
and sleep
in it. We'd be fighting.
Well, I'm not going to fight anybody because we all have to work together.
Sometimes I just wonder how many people are actually living in this office.
I'll win, and then they'll be gone.
Or you'll be gone because you fought with somebody.
No, they invaded my bubble.
You started a fight.
They invaded my bubble.
Your what?
His bubble.
My bubble.
Oh,
don't get in my bubble.
He's a weird dude. Anyway,
welcome to the Bite Me Podcast. We're not talking about fighting. We're not talking about squatters. We're talking about video games.
Sure.
My name's Adam West.
My name is Cliff Johnson.
The Dylan.
Yeah. All right. So every week we talk about what we're playing. What?
My coffee's real hot.
Oh, well. Should have thought of that. What did you learn? That it's really hot.
I guess.
We've got some news to talk about. Some stuff happening this weekend. What's it called? E3?
The Electronic Expo.
Yeah, that thing. Mm-hmm. Xbox, is it getting Alexa support? I'm intrigued. Jurassic World DLC is coming to Rocket League. State of Decay 2 gets a 20 gig patch. Dang. And I throw 20 gig up in the air because is it really a 20 gig patch or is it just like I saw a lot of people like arguing on the internet because, that's real fighting. About it actually being more like a 1 gig patch, but because the way the Unreal Engine works, it has to rewrite a whole bunch of stuff. So it just comes out that way. Anyway, and it's also stated Decay 2 has passed the 2 million player mark.
Did people really argue about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the internet. People argue about everything.
That's probably actually the least stupid thing that people have argued about today.
Right? At least some people had merit to their argument. That's fine. What? Nobody cares. Well, those two people did.
No, obviously people care because there's people that wrote it and then there's people that read it.
And you care about it because you're yelling about it.
No, I care that people suck.
He cares that people care.
I don't care that people suck, and that's why I'm just upset.
Red Dead Redemption 2 Special Editions. We all knew that was coming. They've been announced, and it's going to have PS4, what is it, like timed content, specific content?
I should have put that in Troll Corner, but yeah.
And we've got questions kind of coming that way about that type of content. We've got questions this week from Vinny, Josh, SuperhypermegaWepaMan, MeSlaw. Who's MeSlaw? What?
I believe that's JoeColeSlaw. He thinks you say his name Joel too.
JoeColeSlaw.
Yeah.
JoeColeSlaw.
Yeah, it's Joe.
I know it's Joel.
Yeah.
Do I say Joel?
I don't know. I think
maybe
probably just kind of sounds like
squished them all together. I was supposed to make a joke about it last week, and I forgot because we were hurried and I was tired.
And then the TrueIcon, not me.
He's new, but he just like Mansocks is
Mansocks like MIA this week?
He's on vacation, and like this picked this just like slotted right out. I'm like, this is
perfect.
You
think he was sent by?
I don't know.
That would be quite the scheme.
That would be good. I don't think so, though. He's just a dude that follows us on Facebook.
That's coincidence. Cool. There's no such thing as coincidence.
I was very happy to see this, though. I like it when we get new blood in the question bucket.
Begin there.
Yeah.
And some cheap free games this week with Game Pass and Twitch Prime. So we'll do that. But first, we always start with what we're playing. Dylan.
I think I really just played some more Borderlands 2. I don't think I should spend a lot of time talking about a 6-year-old game, but
you know what everyone should do though is everyone should go out and watch the more Wub Wub video with that character, the Claptrap. Thank you, because it's really funny and it makes me laugh.
I like Claptrap.
Me too. He's
fun.
I'm very disappointed I don't own the Claptrap pop because it's cute.
Oh yeah,
you should get one.
Make that happen.
I should.
Yeah. Anyway, I think more appropriately, like, I don't know how I let the game come out and I still haven't played it yet, and that's Detroit Become Human, because that's out now.
Yeah,
and
it's been out.
That's really one of the only games I really was looking forward to playing, and I just totally did not.
It's been up for, what, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah. However, they did make a Beyond Two Souls free on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
so it currently is. So I might actually try to play that first, since it is made by the same people. But it's
did you get it already? Because it went off today.
I did get it, but I think I'm gonna try to play that first, and then
there you go.
That makes sense.
I'll try to play that.
That would be a good thing. Cliff?
I am, I think, really close to beating Ori.
Okay.
Like,
are you in the area with all kinds of fire?
Yes, I think.
Yeah,
I think I've gotten past the area with all the fire, I thought. There was a part with a bunch of fire, and I did some other stuff. Now I'm in, like, this big, tall place with the wind.
Oh, yeah.
And
you're coming to the end.
It sucks.
Yeah,
it's really hard, and there's wind and spikes everywhere and things shooting at me.
And your poor little Ori just keeps dying.
Oof. It's good. It's good. I really like it a lot, but it's really hard. Like, that game is not. It's not hard. It's just unforgiving.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's Celeste. I think I'll compare Celeste to Ori in that respect, where it's like you die over and over and over again, but it's never like you die and you're like, oh, this game is killing.
Yeah,
this is
cheap.
bad. This is cheap.
No.
Man. It's you always see what you did wrong and you try and correct yourself the next go through.
Yeah. And sometimes that takes 10.
Right. I died 1,800 times in Celeste, but I beat
lot
the
of
game.
times I get stuck in areas where you're like, okay, I got to save here because, golly, I've gone a long way, but I only have, like, I got 2 health, and that means I'm going to have to really, 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 really nail this part. But it is also very, like, I'm very, very much not one of those people that want to replay the same thing over and over and over again. But this game's okay at that because it feels more like practice than it does like, oh, I've got to replay that stupid thing again.
Right.
And I think the difference between this game and, like, Little Nightmares for me is I hated dying in Little Nightmares because it took so long to reload your character. And it's you die, you're alive. You know, and that to me is the big difference between a game that does that kind of Metroidvania thing well and one that doesn't. There should be effectively no load screen between the time you die and the time you can play again. So
I agree.
It's great, though. God, it's gorgeous. It's one of those games that's hard enough, though, that I feel bad that I don't know if I'm... Like, it's a game that I go, like, I should be taking screenshots of this game because it is absolutely beautiful. And I don't because I'm so stuck trying to stay alive.
Right.
So, Ori, love it. Play it. Do it. Now, when you played it, did you play the definitive edition? Yep. Okay.
I did.
Yeah, so it's good. What else did I play? I played more State of Decay. You played it, too.
Yeah, I've been playing it, too.
You talk, and we'll talk about State of Decay together.
Oh, okay. So let's get into what I'm playing. We'll start with that. State of Decay 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Have you played it multiplayer yet?
I have not played multiplayer yet. I keep meaning to jump on with Eurogamer, but he's always busy and stuff. So, no, I haven't played multiplayer, but I've done... So last night I played a little more because I was done waiting.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of gardens going. I've got my infirmary built. The kitchen's running. I set up a food outpost thinger.
Nice. Killed some zombie hearts.
Yeah, I took down a plague heart.
Yeah, that's right. Plague heart.
Yeah, I took that thing. So, which was funny because I'm like, I'm going to use this Molotov cocktail because it says that you need to burn it. Well, I don't know how to throw that, so I was just like, I want to use this, so I'm going to, I just set myself and everybody else on fire.
That's apparently one of the bugs they just fixed in the update, so it's harder to light yourself on fire and blow yourself up with grenades, apparently.
Yeah.
So
I didn't die, though.
Oh, that's good.
Because I had enough bandages and stamina things that I was just like, boom, 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 and I just blew through all of them.
Yeah, it's... I hope this patch is supposed to... Well, I will talk about it later, I guess. Yeah. But I hope it just makes it overall a little less janky because the game's fun. Mm-hmm.
But it is janky.
It's real janky. And it's worse multiplayer. So I did kill my first behemoth this weekend, which was awesome. Have you seen one of those yet?
Not yet.
They're huge. And, like, you can't hit them with a car. Like, you ram into the car and your car stops.
Oh, really?
They're Holy massive. Crap. They're probably... I don't know.
Tall as me.
Yeah, taller than Dylan.
Oh, 11 feet.
They're probably 10 feet tall. Like, they're just these huge monsters. And the only way you can kill them is you have to shoot them in the head, like, specifically the head, and then, like, hurt them, and then they'll kind of kneel down, and then you can melee them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've killed 2 of them now. They're not as hard as the game and, like, hint guides would have you to believe, but they're still... They're real big.
So the zombies that do freak me out, or the Zeds or whatever they're called, are the screamers.
Oh my gosh, right?
Those things freak me out. The first time I saw one and it does that zoom in and like scream thing, I'm like, what is?
It's
oh my
such a
God.
horrible noise too.
It's terrifying.
Such a horrible noise. Yeah,
I don't like them.
Every once in a while, you'll attack like a building that has like 3 or 4 of them in it, and it's like you've got to kill them fast too. You have to kill them real fast.
And the one thing that I'm kind of having issues with the game, or my issue with the game, is like, your companion or whoever's with you will be like, oh, thankfully I saw that screamer over there. I got to take it out first.
Yeah.
I can't find the screamer. I don't know what they're talking about. I can't see it.
So
I don't know where it's at.
do you know how they look, like what they look like specifically?
They don't have arms.
They don't have arms.
Yeah, I know that, but it's weird because I'll see certain zombies and kind of like out in the distance, but I don't see a lot of them anywhere near.
And if you're
me.
if you're taking out a horde, the little horde counter at the top, like if you're going into a building, will tell you how many screamers are in that building too, so you know how many screamers and how many zombies total. Right. So at least you kind of know what to look for. But yeah, sometimes they just pop out and
they scream, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna die.
Yep, and then the rest of them show up. So
overall, though, I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's way more sandboxy, and it's way more almost like inventory management simmy.
A lot of inventory management, a lot of like, hey, we need medicine.
I know you.
5 minutes later, hey guys, we really need some medicine. 5 minutes later, well, I guess we just don't like you anymore, and now they're hostile.
Oh,
You're like,
Lord.
Yeah. The biggest complaint that I'm the same. Like, it's fun if you have Game Pass. There's absolutely no reason not to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And at $30, there's probably no reason not to play it. Like, I think with a game like this, you have to kind of temper your expectations. This is not a AAA game. It's 100% not a AAA game. It's a $30 indie game. Although that studio is owned by Microsoft, so whatever. But this is not a $60 game put out by EA. It's a little wacky. But the dumb thing is so I've only played it multiplayer, and so I bring my characters into my brother's game, which he's playing single player. You can't. So you know how when you get attacked by zombies, you that little like zombie bitometer fills up right above your health.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like,
and
I don't understand this thing.
If they bite you up to fill that up, you get that blood plague. You can't cure yourself in another multiplayer game from blood plague.
You have to go out of your game.
I have to go back. Presumably, I have to go back to my single player game, hope the blood plague sauce that my brother made for me comes with me in my inventory, and cure my players over there.
Oh, good.
It's real dumb.
That's kind of dumb.
It's real dumb. And we've run into a couple of weird things like that where I'm just in the game to help, and so I can't impact certain things. It's really strange.
That's strange.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
I like it. It's zombies, and the zombies are cool.
Stuff.
And you get to stab them with screwdrivers and machetes and stuff.
Yeah, it's all right. Other stuff that I'm playing, I picked up a game called Just Shapes and Beats. It's $20. It's on the Switch, and I think it's on Steam. And that's a cool game. So it's a bunch of chiptune songs and like EDM kind of stuff, but original artists, original music, and you literally play a shape. And it's a bullet hell kind of stay alive game. You just have to dodge all the stuff coming in, and all the bullets and all the explosions and all the things that show up on the screen are to the beat of the music. And you've got a little, what's it called when you zap across the thing? When you push a button and
you teleport?
Teleport, thank you. You've got to teleport. The only thing you can do is teleport and just move around. And when you teleport, you're invincible, so you can pass through objects or whatever to stay alive. And that's it. That's the whole point of the game, is just stay alive. And it is fun. It's $20. I showed it to Vicky yesterday. She sat here. I was like, here, play this. Tell me what you think. First, didn't realize she'd never played a Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she sat here for 20 minutes and went through the first like 4 levels plus the boss battle, and she beat the boss that I've been stuck on. So
she's young. She got those Twitch reflexes.
Like, but it's really cool. It's a really cool aesthetic.
I'm gonna have to grab that. I have to try that. Maybe I'll try it at whatchamacallit this weekend.
Oh yeah. At we're gonna be at the Northwest Kids Fair. Yeah. So there's that. There's a free game available as of last week on the Switch called Pokemon Quest, and it's kind of a dumbed-down version of Pokemon whatever.
It's going to be a mobile game eventually, right?
You can tell that this is meant to be a mobile game just because
but I think it's actually announced. Like, it's going to be a mobile game.
Yeah, it's coming in the either end of this month or the end of next month.
Perfect.
And it's fine. It's a simple free to play, free to start kind of game. You cook stuff, you collect stuff, you attract different Pokemon to your camp. And once they're there, then they're part of your team, and you take them into battle, and you build up their stats and stuff. It's fun. Nice. I really, really like it. And it's free.
I need to try that, too.
Yeah. Also free over the weekend was the Mario Tennis Aces demo and the online tournament demo. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to try that. Downloaded it. Whoa, it's fun. It's real fun. If you take a tennis game, like any Mario tennis game, and kind of build in almost what would seem like... if you could think of like a turn-based fighting game.
What, really?
I know, right? So like that's the best way I can describe it is like you're playing back and forth and whatever, but you've got these special moves that you have to charge up your certain meter by doing these moves, and once you've charged that up, then you can do this move. And if the other person does this move, if you time it right on the return, you can block it and not break your racket and just take a body shot or something like that. There's all kinds of weird counters and stuff.
Interesting.
So it's like
Tekken tennis.
Yeah, it's like a tennis game with a fighting mechanic.
That's super interesting. Yeah. I didn't realize that. I've never played a tennis game.
Really? Not even like virtual
tennis? Yeah, I played. No,
Wii tennis.
I played the Wii tennis, and that's it.
Top Spin?
No.
Top Spin 4?
No.
Virtua tennis? That was like a big, huge
Rockstar
thing.
presents table tennis?
No.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Rockstar made a table tennis game, and I'm sure it was great.
It was supposed to be good. And they actually built it, I believe, to test out an engine. Like they wanted to try a new engine or test a new engine or learn how to build things in their new engine, so they made a table tennis game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play that now.
Actually, that's true. I played tennis for like a heartbeat in Grand Theft Auto 5 and didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not really tennis.
It's supposed to be pretty good. You can play golf in that game too, right?
That's weird. Oh, and I've got a question about Grand Theft Auto 2. Or 5 as well. Anyway, so yeah, Mario Tennis Aces, I think that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
June 16th.
Huh?
June 16th.
June 16th, 3 days after my birthday.
Oh, happy almost birthday.
Like that might not be true.
I think you're right.
It's 16th, but that's weird because it's a Saturday. But Nintendo doesn't really follow rules anymore, so... Moving on.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is also really, really good. It's $10 on the Switch. You should get it. You should play it.
Nice.
It's super cool.
June 22nd.
June 22nd. That's close.
A couple days after my wife's birthday.
Oh, so many birthdays coming up.
I know, right?
She's Gemini?
Sure.
When's it, the 20th?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Are you lying?
No, she is.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Yay, Geminis. We rock.
Sure.
So... Grand Theft Auto 5. Just a quick question. So I need to get into it. I want to play it. I was watching somebody stream their game. When it comes to the online stuff, are there players that are the highway patrol and sheriffs?
There are players that role play as the highway patrol and sheriffs, but there is also sheriffs. So,
but players that roll, so they're not.
There are I think custom servers.
That's hilarious because I see this dude get pulled over by some hypo in the game, and this cop walks out, and I'm thinking this is just some right after they blew some chick away at a gas station, and they were like, "Oh no, did the cop see that? I don't know," and I'm not seeing any badges show up or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's some weird, cool mechanic where they didn't notice it. No, this dude gets out, walks up to the car, and then I hear a real person go, sir, do you realize why I pulled you over? And then the guy talks back. He's like, no, I'm not really sure. He's like, well, you pulled an illegal U-turn across a double yellow. And I'm like, this dude is serious. Is there a whole thing going on?
That's super funny.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not like when you're just playing. There are just cops in the game, but there are custom servers where people role play.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because the guy's all like, "No, me and my buddies were just going into town to have a beer. We just, we were out here. We're gonna find a bar." And he's like, "Okay, well, license registration, please." And I'm like, "Do you have that in the game?
You don't.
What?" And then the cop goes back to the car and he sits there for 30 seconds. I'm not even kidding. And this guy and his friends were all, "Is that guy still writing you a ticket?" And it took what had to have been 5 solid minutes, which was really annoying to me, so I can't imagine being the player. And the cop comes back out. "All right, sir, well, I'm just going to let you off with a warning." And I'm like, you dick. You just wasted these players' game time so you could come back 5 minutes later with a warning?
They could have ran.
Yeah, they could have taken off.
That's ridiculous.
I love it.
I kind of want to play it.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Online has so much potential, and it's so...
Well, you say it's janky and blah, 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 but everything I saw in this gameplay video and a couple others,
the gameplay itself is great.
Amazing.
It plays awesome if you can get in. And I think if you just want to play with randos, sure, it's fine. It was us. We wanted to specifically play in a private server with friends, and that just was not possible.
Well,
so
boo.
Yeah.
Did you just send in something in Slack?
I did.
Oh, okay. Do I need to look at it?
You could.
Okay. While I'm pulling this up, I will remind you that if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you rate us and review us and all that fun stuff, and help other people find us. And if you write us a fun little review or troll us, we'll talk about you.
I believe I'm actually caught up on all sticker sending. I actually mailed stickers to James today. Like, he reminded me like 2 weeks ago, like, dude, do it this weekend. I'm like, done. I put them in an envelope and then completely forgot to bring them to work. And finally today they went to the post office.
Good for you.
Adam did not like what I sent him in Slack.
Mocking me. While I don't necessarily believe in all the astrological signs and all the personality traits that have been, sent out to all whatever, well, I don't necessarily believe in all that. It's kind of fun.
Every single person I know that's like, oh, no, I don't take it seriously. It's kind of fun. And then they get their horoscope and they're like, oh, my God, they talked exactly to me.
It's just like getting your tarot cards read or reading tea leaves or whatever. You hear these things, and all you got to do is be like, find a way that it applies to you, and then, of course, it's all about you.
Anyway, what I sent him was the Big Bang Theory, where Penny says, I'm a Sagittarius, which probably tells you way more than you need to know. And Sheldon replies, yes, it tells us that you participate in the mass cultural delusion that the sun's apparent position relative to the arbitrarily defined constellation at the time of your birth somehow affects your personality. And
it very well could.
I love that more than anything in this world.
You don't know that it doesn't.
I actually do, but
anyway, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. We've got a lot of
news.
God, the buildup there was incredible.
Yeah, not a lot of payoff. Such is my love life. Okay, so let's get into it. You want to talk about E3? I personally don't. I'm the guy who's like, well, that sounds like it could be fun if they talk about that, but I'm not going to get my panties in a twist worrying about it.
We're not going to play a lot of predictions. Yeah. Like, it would be fun. Like, Vinny was like, dude, you should totally do, like...
But if you're excited about it, you're excited about it, and that's awesome.
I'm super hyped for E3. Like, E3 is awesome. But Vinny was like, dude, you guys should do like a prediction show where you each do a prediction about things. And I'm like, that'd be awesome. But I think you have to be a full-time games journalist to make those predictions because you have to know a crap ton about the industry. And
my prediction is they're going to talk about video games.
Video games.
That's my prediction.
But what I will tell you is when you should be watching things this weekend. So these are going to air everywhere. They're going to be on Twitch. They're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on Mixer. They're going to be everywhere. Okay, so on Saturday, these are all going to be Pacific time, because that's where I live, and you have to adjust for me.
Mm-hmm. It's all about you.
Exactly. Saturday, June 9th, you are going to want to watch EA at 11 a.m. That's the only one on Saturday. So you're going to see Anthem. You're going to see all the new EA stuff. Sports balls, all sorts of sports balls.
Sports balls 3?
Yeah, sports ball 3, and probably 4.
Maybe sports balls 2019?
Yeah, and probably some sort of Battlefield 5 game. It's got women in it, though. Sorry.
Sports balls?
Sunday, June 10th, you're going to see the Microsoft conference at 1 p.m. Pacific. I don't know what they're going to show. Forza, probably. Fable 4, maybe. That'd be cool. All sorts of Xboxy stuff.
New Ori.
New Ori. Super excited about that. Crackdown, Halo 6, maybe.
Ori and the All-Seeing Forest.
The Will of the Wisps.
The Will of the Wisps. And maybe they'll show an actual working, complete version of Sea of Thieves. I'm sorry.
Vinny hates you right now. All right. Also on Sunday at 6:30 p.m., you are going to want to see the Bethesda conference. We'll see more about Fallout 76, probably Rage 2, possibly Prey DLC. Who knows? Skyrim. I mean, is there any system Skyrim on your cell phone? Why do they keep
saying a new Skyrim when it's a new Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I don't think there will be a new Elder Scrolls at all.
When did they make Fallout 5 through 75?
They're all done already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you miss those?
I must have blinked.
Those all happened in the vault.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's a year, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It's actually a vault number. So it's actually what happened in Vault 76. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever seen like the lore behind what was in all the different vaults?
Nope, but I listened to, was it the Game Scoop podcast where the one dude is like super knowledgeable about all the Fallout stuff, and he's like, well, the first game was set in this year, the other game was set in this year, and he gave us this chronological order, and he's like, so this vault they're talking about actually was 100 and so years before the other one, and this one actually opened like 20 years or 5 years after it should have opened, and blah, blah, and all this wackadoodle stuff. And I'm like, you know a lot about
There's
Fallout.
some really cool vaults that you never get to see, but just they tell you the story behind them. And the vaults were really just experiments. Like they didn't tell any of the people at the time, but some of them were like, hey, it's a vault full of puppies. It's good stuff. Let's see. So we'll get that. And then at 8 p.m., you'll get to see the Devolver Digital Conference, which was Wackadoo last year. And so I assume it will be Wackadoo this year.
Wackadoo 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Wackadoo.
Then the next day, Monday. So you're going to have to take some time off work. Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific, you will want to see Square Enix. They will probably talk about Shadow of the Tomb Raider. There may be some more Final Fantasy stuff. Kingdom Hearts 3, which I am super, 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 super excited about. All sorts of, like Square Enix, like they're a huge publisher. People think of them as like Final Fantasy and that stuff, but they publish a ton of games. So that'll be big. Ubisoft at 1 p.m. You'll get to see the new Assassin's Creed. I'm hoping we see some more info on like the Far Cry 5 DLC, which I'm really trying to decide to buy if I should buy the season pass or not. The Division 2, Skull and Bones, Beyond Good and Evil, all the stuff they talked about last year. Ubisoft's got a lot of stuff in the hopper right now. And then the PC Gamer Show is also on Monday. It's at 3 p.m. PC Gamer Show is actually pretty cool because not many other places talk a bunch about PC games. So if you're a PC gamer, this is a good one to watch because they'll actually preview stuff that you won't see anywhere else. Like if you see the EA show, you're going to see a lot of the same things on the Microsoft and PlayStation stage. Yes, Adam?
So an interesting game that I saw pop up from Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal.
Yeah.
Which that's a Square Enix something, was this game called the Avengers Project.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Which I didn't hear anything about until this morning. I saw something pop up and I watched it. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Ooh. Yep. There's some good stuff.
Thought that was an interesting match.
I agree, yeah. PC Gamer Show at 3, and then at 6 will be the Sony conference. So PlayStation conference at 6 o'clock on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, you'll be able to catch a Nintendo Direct bright and early 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to watch.
I just checked out the Square Enix wiki page really quick for a list of games so I could find that Avengers game, and it looks like they've got a game called AAA Shooter. And the studio or whatever is People Can Fly.
People cannot fly.
Well,
don't try.
They made what's that?
For a time, they were known as Epic Games Poland.
Interesting.
Yeah, fun. All right, so is that all your IGN?
That's all we're going to talk about.
Or your IGN update, basically. It's your E3 update.
I actually got that from PC Gamer. So.
Well, I say IGN update just because IGN...
updates things.
They have everything. Yeah. They know it all. All right, cool. Thank you, sir. Next, Xbox One. Is that getting Alexa support? Well, let's discuss.
Isn't that crazy? And
that's kind of cool.
I mean, yes and no. Like, do you have a Kinect? You don't have a Kinect.
No, but do you need a Kinect for it?
Well, if you're going to talk to it, yeah.
It can't listen to you otherwise.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, I thought it could.
No,
they're actually talking, and I've actually heard a lot of talk about this. Is that they'll release like a USB like speaker dongle essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So a Kinect Lite.
So it'll be like a Kinect Lite, which would be great. Like because I loved being able to talk to my Xbox, turning it on, turning it off. Like it was great for like turning on Netflix, doing that kind of stuff. Because I don't have a remote for my Xbox. Do you guys? Mm-hmm. Do you actually have the remote? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have that. So
I've never.
Oh, I love my remote.
Yeah, I had one for my 360, and it's handy. And every time I look at it, I'm like, "Ooh, $20! Do I want to spend $20?" And so far, the answer has been.
I got mine for. I think I got mine for $14, and it's not a Microsoft.
Oh, you got the third-party one?
Yeah, and
Pretty
it's
good?
It's great.
Oh, maybe I should grab one.
It's really, really good. It's got a really great feel to it, and it's got the lights on it turn on when you pick it up.
Oh, nice.
And there was no sweat like pairing it to it. I literally just pushed and held the button, and 2 seconds later, everything turned on.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, the rumor on this is that it will not only add Alexa support, but it will also add the Google Assistant from Google Home support. So you could choose that, but I mean, it also has Cortana support. So you could have 3 different robots living inside your Xbox and fighting, I guess. I don't know.
Or they might do other things.
That needs to be. Well, that's dirty.
Ew.
I did not say anything.
I know.
That
They
was
could
all
be cooking.
your imagination.
They could be cooking food.
God,
exactly.
If my Xbox could make food, that would be amazing. Like,
right.
If I made like not like I don't need like fat money, but let's say I made like. You don't have to worry about money. The first thing I would do would be to hire someone to like come cook me dinner every night because I hate cooking, and that would be awesome. be real awesome. Yeah, so like this is super rumory right now, but this is like the third or fourth time I've heard these rumors. That'd be cool. Like, I already have an Alexa in my living room essentially next to where my Xbox is. So I don't even know if I could have them in the same room because you talk to both of them.
Well, you have to mute one.
Yeah, we're starting to actually get serious about our remodeling on the house. So like we've got our kitchen remodel coming up. We've already got a Amazon Alexa or Echo. So we've got the full size one in the kitchen. We've got an Echo Dot that we just kind of carry around to room or whatever. But that's even going to stop because now we've got an Ecobee thermostat, which has Alexa built in, and a really fairly substantial speaker built into it.
Yeah.
And that's right in the middle of the house. And then I bought Kevin for his birthday. He's always listening to music in the shower, and I'm really tired of him taking my jam box with him. So I got him a waterproof, Alexa-enabled Bluetooth speaker to just stick on the shower wall.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he can push a button, and Alexa listens to him, and she talks back and everything.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I have an Echo in my bathroom, but that's cool. Yeah.
So we're going the smart house route with Alexa, it looks like.
Yeah, I've got 4 of them now, and I really like them. So, throwing one of my Xbox would be cool, especially if they could figure out a way to do speaker, just so you could talk to her and have her do other things. Yeah. Even though I've got another one effectively in that same room. It's my Echo Show, so they're a little bit...
Is that the one with the little...
It's
the one with the screen on it,
They're so cool.
Dylan and I both got one the same day.
Really?
They went on sale.
I feel like I should get one for me and my mom.
They're really cool.
Oh, yeah, like to FaceTime? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But we've also got our iPhone, so we could just totally FaceTime there.
It's true. But you could cook while doing it. I don't know.
I mean,
they're really cool.
I
like that it just it's a constant news feed. So you just see weird news stories.
I like that, and I like that it shows the lyrics to songs when you play music on it. So.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could spend $8,000 on a fridge that has a screen on it that does all the same thing.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to.
Why would you?
They're like $180. Buy an Echo Show instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super happy with mine, though. Anyway, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Jurassic World DLC is coming to Rocket League. Because who'd have thought that little race cars playing soccer and dinosaurs would go together?
And I will say, did you either of you guys watch the trailer for this?
No.
So mute your thing and go
I'm
watch
watching it right now.
Because you're like, ooh, Jeeps. I'm like, Jeeps, whatever. That's not worth $2. I don't give anything
if it's
about
the Jurassic Park Jeep, it totally is.
It's cool, but whatever. It's Jeeps. So have you guys noticed how you can get goal explosions now? Mm-hmm. The goal explosion is worth $2. We're just going to have to wait for Adam to get there. This is $2. It's coming out let's see, Australia, U.S. on June 22nd, the same day as Mario Tennis, and it's going to be $2. And the goal explosion is amazing. You also get hard hats and the 2 different Jeeps and whatever, but do it.
I just like watching the Tyrannosaur chase the Jeep who's chasing the ball.
Right? It's awesome. Go watch the trailer for this. It's awesome.
That's really cool. Are you still? That's fun.
Did you see the explosion?
Not yet.
It's coming. It's
what?
coming.
The
It's
Jurassic
coming.
Jeep Wrangler. What? And then it's in.
I accidentally clicked out, so now I have to watch the ad again.
Isn't that awesome?
So cool.
It's super cool.
You need to get it.
It's really
$2.
Cool. It's $2. Yeah.
See, this is how DLC should be done.
Yeah.
Rocket League has got
couple new Jeeps.
$2 and you get, handful of new content.
Rocket League DLC
with.
is about the only thing I ever buy. It's about the only add-on DLC I ever buy. I bought the Batman one. I bought the Back to the Future one. I'm gonna buy this one just because I won that goal. It's good stuff.
Now,
it's good stuff.
Have you seen the previews to the actual movie?
It looks great.
Okay, does it look great to you?
Yes.
So it looks great to me too. My brother was like, "It looks like it might be a struggle."
See, and I was very not into it when I thought it was just going to be another there's an island. It's full of dinosaurs. I'm like, how many times can an island get overrun by dinosaurs? And I'm like, maybe they're going to get to the mainland. I'm like, that's equally stupid.
Because they tried that once, and the movie was
But
laughable.
then when you see that, these dinosaurs are, it's like a double cross, and the dinosaurs are being kidnapped and sold off to the highest bidder, all of a sudden this became Mission Impossible Dinosaur.
And it kind of reminds me of if they'd taken Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost Kingdom.
Sure.
The Lost World.
I've only seen 2 Jurassic Park movies.
So Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and then coupled it with a horror movie.
Yeah.
Or a slasher movie.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
Mission Impossible, the new Mission Impossible also looks super good. Oh, man. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
It's very actiony.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a good summer movie.
So cool. So when's the Rocket League stuff
June
coming?
22nd. Same day as Mario Tennis.
Tennis.
Good Tuesday.
All right.
Probably.
So State of Decay
Tennis and
2.
T-Rexes.
State of Decay 2 gets a 20 gig patch. It promises more stability, less crashes, better network interactions, and more.
Which is, it needs this so badly. The
And
number
I haven't, like I said, I haven't played the multiplayer, so I don't know about some of these issues.
Like, it's so weird. Like, me and my brother were playing the other day. I'm like, oh, dude, I can see your backpack. He's like, can't you always see my backpack? I'm like, I've played with you for 12 hours and never even noticed you were wearing a backpack. Like, all of a sudden they start popping in. Like, sometimes you'll be walking next to the person and your animation's perfect and they'll either look like they're just like floating about 6 inches above the ground while they sneak, or they'll do this weird like jittery as the animation just doesn't cycle right. So this game needs this patch, and whether it's 20 gigs or 1 gig because of the Unreal Engine, whatever, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be better.
And yeah, if you go, this is the thread where there's some arguments
Discussion
about that, but whatever.
Yeah, doesn't matter. This can only make the game better.
Right.
Well,
And some people aren't here like, man, you can't really fix a broken game.
The thing is, the game's not broken. The game's just like janky. It's 100% janky.
The game's not for everybody.
No.
It's if you're expecting like a Dead Rising or something out of this game, you're not going to get it.
It's pretty slow. It's a lot of sneaking, and I mean, it's literally just one big fetch quest. It's a survival game. If you're not into survival games, you will not like this game.
Which survival games tend to be janky.
Yeah. I mean, really, like
most survival games you play, you've never played.
Rust is janky.
Even Fallout to a degree.
Yeah.
It's a huge survival-y world. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you put into it. It's going to be. Well, playing a survival game, it's like there is some amount of jank that you're playing.
Well, this game is all procedurally generated. All the stuff, and so it's just it's not perfect, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, does it matter if
Well, no, it doesn't matter
I put
because
15, 16 hours into it. It's great.
Yeah, over 2 million people have downloaded and or bought and played this game.
Yeah, and this to me, like, I think that's a very interesting fact. And like Sea of Thieves is about the same. 3 million people.
I'm curious to know how much of the Xbox Game Pass is played into that number.
Exactly.
I'd love to know what the number of people with Game Pass subscriptions are.
Yep, same. And to me, this is really interesting because it almost doesn't matter. Like, how cool is it for any, like, to me, this is one of those things that, well, I mean, it matters because it's super interesting.
Right.
But this, to me, looks like the beginning of, like, a really weird Microsoft end run where Microsoft can say to anyone, like, hey, you want 2 or 3 million people to play your game?
Boom.
Bring it to Game Pass. Bring it to Game Pass right now.
Put a little marketing behind it.
Put a little marketing behind it. We'll do the marketing for you. Bring your game to Game Pass, and we can give you 2 or 3 million players. And we're going to give you a cut of that. And I don't know what the cut is, but
this was my answer to one of the other questions later.
Oh, whatever.
Right, but like a guaranteed cut of the Game Pass subscription, if you bring your game there, when you're seeing these numbers pop up of 2 and 3 million people a game.
Yeah. Well, so bring it to Game Pass. Let us get you 2 or 3 million players, and then you sell DLC. Boom. You sell whatever. And I mean, and that's how State of Decay is. There is a $30 free edition, and then there's a $50 or $60 paid edition that you get all sorts of extra crap in. And so, to me, like, this is one of those times where I wonder if, like, 2 years from now, we're going to look back and go, like, oh, that's what Game Pass is.
Right.
You know, Game Pass is a marketing vehicle. Game Pass is
brilliant.
Yeah, Game Pass is Microsoft's answer to, oh, you guys don't have any first-party games. Like,
right. And, well, what I'm really liking about the whole Game Pass thing is between Game Pass, what is it, EA Access, and then I've got the PlayStation Now membership. Between those three and my Humble Bundle, let's say 10... So that's 10, that's 20. No, it's 10, 10, 20.
Yeah, it's like,
so I'm paying $32 a month, $36 a month, roughly.
$20, $30, $35, yeah.
So, say $400 a year?
Yeah. And
$400 a year, and I literally do not have to go buy a new game ever.
No.
And I think what's going to happen is I kind of want to go the route of not buying any new AAA games, unless it's, of course, like, God of War or Red Dead, the big ones that everybody just is going to play. But that's maybe 2 of those a year?
Yeah.
And then just living off of these subscription services and then only spending the $10 to $20 a game on the Switch.
Yep.
For the indie games that you're not going to
Yeah, I know that these things have cut way back on the games that I've been buying, but also have got me to play games I never would have played before. I mean, I played like 20 hours of Dead Island, and that's a game that I never would have played before, and it was fun, you know? And you can look at it and go like, that was fun. It's not perfect, but it was free.
Yeah.
You know,
or it was $10 a month.
Whatever.
I paid $10 this month, so I played 20 hours of this game, and I played 15 hours of that game that you never otherwise would have played.
Exactly.
So I totally think it's worth it, and I think this is the model that PlayStation now needs to go with, and we'll talk about that a little later on. Red Dead Redemption 2, we knew it was coming. Special editions announced.
And God, there's a bunch of them. So there's
how many are there?
Well, there's the just like you buy the game edition. There's
crap.
the special edition that comes with exclusive story mode content and also a map. And then there's the ultimate edition that comes with the map, exclusive story mode content, and bonus online content.
Oh, that's fun.
And then there's the Red Dead Redemption 2 collector's box that doesn't come with the game, but comes with...
what?
Yeah. Well, that's the big thing with a ton of special editions these days, like with the one where you get the statue or the one where you get the thing, don't come with the game. Yours did.
Mine came with the game and a steelbook and everything.
Yeah, but a lot of times nowadays they aren't because of the way they get sold. They don't want to have to have...
I can buy my game digitally. I can go buy a statue.
Sometimes they come with a code, and sometimes they don't.
Is this one going to come with any copy of the game at all?
It is without the game. And the reason is because when they stock them at like GameStop, they want to have one SKU for the special edition and not a Xbox version of it and a PlayStation version of it for, you know, a thing that's probably, I don't know how much this one is, but my guess is that it's...
So the ultimate, or the collector's box is $100.
Yeah, so they don't want to have to stock a bunch of those and then not be able to sell them, essentially. So they have, you know, hey, people pre-ordered 2, doesn't matter what system they're on, they come buy that and they buy the game.
Like when they used to sell like the old Black Ops special edition that had like the RC car in it, and you saw them at Fred Meyer like 2 years later for like... I don't know, $30 or whatever, and they still can't sell them.
Well, couldn't they? Isn't there a way for them to, like, if they put in a digital code for both Xbox and PS4 in the one box, and if you use one code, the other one is just kicked out?
I don't think so, because the systems don't talk to each other. Yeah. I mean,
Remember,
is there a way that could happen? Yes.
Yeah, Sony. Just saying.
Yeah. So, it literally comes with a treasure map. And
a double-sided puzzle.
A double-sided
12 cigarette cards, because that's good marketing for kids.
A 6-shooter bandana.
Oh.
A collectible...
The game's rated M, Adam.
That's a good point. I like the metal tithing box with lock and key and playing cards. He could do magic with them.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting
and a collectible challenge coin.
A Wheeler Rawson and Company catalog.
And a pin set.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's worth $100, to be honest.
And plus, you know, that M on the box has totally stopped kids from playing games before. It works all the time.
All the time.
Hey,
all the time.
Remember when he used to play Grand Theft Auto when he was 11? Mm-hmm. It shaped him into the young man he is now.
Yeah, but their responsibility is not an excuse.
Exactly. I agree. So the game is coming out, October?
Yeah.
26th. Red Dead Redemption 2 is scheduled to launch October 26th.
That'll probably be the next full-price game I buy.
I didn't play the first one.
It's okay.
And I'm not. I mean, you can play it on PlayStation now, so maybe I'll check it out. It's kind of janky though because it's not
old.
The.
I mean, that's like a 8-year-old game at this point, 7-year-old game at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, if you're going to buy the expensive crazy edition, let us know because that's what I did for God of War.
I will not be doing that.
Worth it. I loved it, and I'm worth it.
I'm not even sure I'll buy the season pass for that. Maybe.
You even had to stack a cardboard box under your window with
to
a
make
piece
of
wood on top of it.
I know, and
so
I actually need to do something to make it look better.
In your window.
Oh, there's no way it could look better.
That's a lot of work.
I could make it look a lot better. Also, with Red Dead Redemption 2, it's going to have some sort of timed PlayStation exclusivity. Shocker.
Yeah. And they don't know what it is yet. Just something. So, that could be, hey, cowboy hats. Or it could be content that you never get to play Destiny style, which is super annoying.
You won't get to play this for another year on the Xbox.
So, it could be super annoying, or it could just be a little bit annoying. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
Well, no, you don't.
Exactly.
And that's fine. That's okay, because we're going to talk about it here in just a moment. All right. Yeah, as we get into our area of questions. We have questions this week from Josh, SuperhypermegaWepaMan, MeSlaw, TheTrueIcon, and, of course, we start everything off with our favorite person.
Hey, yo, Vinny.
That guy.
What you doing?
He's asking us a question.
Asking questions.
Yeah.
Why you always got questions? Why not answers?
Well,
Dude, we should come up with questions and make Vinny answer
Right,
them.
we should have a question cast for them. Vinny wants to know, what are your personal opinions regarding pre-ordering video games? Whether you do or do not pre-order games, does it hurt consumers at all, the gamers as a whole pre-order games a lot of the time prior to knowing anything about the game, i.e. pre-ordering Fallout 76 right now? In addition, what are your thoughts on pre-order bonuses?
Well, I have thoughts.
Okay.
Where do we start?
First, let's start off with the idea of pre-ordering video games. Where do we all stand on that? Well, we all know where I stand on that.
Adam sees something shiny. He's like, must buy it.
It seems so unnecessary anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's not the issue of the store didn't get enough copies to accommodate the demand.
I will say the reason you should pre-order video games is because someday someone may get like, oh, dude, I just pre-ordered South Park, the
Fractured
But Whole, and Final Fantasy 15, and some other video game, and someone else might go like, dude, I think they like video games. I wonder if they'd like to be on a video game podcast.
Right.
Like that
And
could
there you
happen.
go. Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of go. It was definitely you. It might have been me too. It kind of goes both ways. Like I think it's dumb to pre-order just for the sake of pre-ordering. Like it's going to show up one way or the other. I don't do it a lot. The instances where I do it is when I go like, hey, I know I'm going to buy this game this Friday anyway. I may as well pre-order it from Amazon and save $12.
Right. Amazon at least has a monetary incentive.
Yeah.
Like you will save money.
Speaking of monetary incentives, so did Best Buy until like a week ago, and then they killed that. So yeah, the Best Buy Gamers Club or whatever dumb crap they called it is no more.
I don't know why that went away, because everybody talked such great things about it. Everybody was getting into it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
They weren't making enough money.
But I mean, like
They
back
have
in the
to
day,
pay
I mean, when I
people.
worked retail, like you pre-ordered stuff because if you didn't, those games may not show up, and that's not a problem today. The one time when you might want to consider pre-ordering something to actually have it mean something is indie games.
Yeah.
Because or early access games, because that money legitimately does go to the developers,
Right.
either to help them, make in the case of an early access game, that actually goes to the developer so they can continue making this game. That's how they get paid, and a lot of times pre-ordering or wish listing even a game like on Steam gives an indie developer the ability to say like, hey, publishers,
there's interest
in this game. Do you want to help me publish this game? Like that helps. So.
In those cases, though, we're speaking digitally too, which
True.
digital pre-orders, like it's great for like indie games, but now like digital pre-order it's a completely unnecessary thing because it's.
I will be completely honest. The thing that frustrates me most is that I can't get the pre-order bonus off Amazon and get it digitally. Like I have a bunch of physical games that I just don't want, but I did it so I could save $12.
Right.
Which I mean, that's a pretty. I mean,
Which
that's
is buy 5 get one free.
Yeah, that's a pretty big discount. So. It's, that's the reason why I physically own Far Cry 5. It's the reason I physically own Kirby. And it's dumb, but $12, yo.
Right? Like, so I'll pre-order just because I'm the guy that they're marketing towards. I'm the guy that they're like, this guy over here wants this shiny thing, so let's make it look like
way shiny.
Yeah, like a Transformers movie. And the more boom and the more lens flare there is in the trailer, and that extra cool thing in the pre-order, he's going to buy it. And I do it every time. Yeah. I don't do it every time. I've actually dialed it way back because I was pre-ordering crap all the time.
Do pre-order bonuses matter to you?
I don't know if they really matter.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've never thought like, oh, I'm going to buy that at Target because Target has the stupidity bloop.
I don't care like about the pre-order bonus. However, like buying a game and not being able to get the stupid hat or the stupid shark rocket launcher drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why shouldn't I get that just because I bought it day one and I didn't pre-order it the day before? Yeah. Like, that's literally, the window is literally a minute of time, whether the clock ticks over or not. Yeah. Like, and that's just absolutely silly to me.
Well, and I mean, like, the reason, I mean, we all know the reason why is money. If a developer can get your money before the reviews come out, like that's better money for them. Mm-hmm. So
it's just frustrating because I think a lot of pre-order bonuses aren't really that. Like, here's a gun that you will use for the first level, and then it will be useless because you're playing Borderlands, and the guns you get will be better, like a Destiny or something. Like, the gun you get at the beginning, unlock as a pre-order bonus, isn't good.
It's good for, like, 5 missions, and then you're done.
It's a hat.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a hat.
Yeah.
That's
it's a hat.
They're so extraneous.
Yeah. I unlocked the submachine gun in Far Cry 5. Unlocked it, I was like, oh, cool, and then never shot a bullet out of it.
Like, if they were actually worth something to you in the game.
Well, and I think in Far Cry, so when I didn't do the pre-order, but I got the ultimate blah, 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 whatever pack, because I had all kind of crap sitting in my Steam account. So I got that, but the guns that it gives you, I think it's really cool in that game because you can upgrade those guns. You can do these things to it. So you could.
I really liked the upgrade stuff in Far Cry 5.
Like, I've not used anything different than the guns that I got when I started the game. You just upgrade them and it's fine.
You should get the 50 caliber sniper rifle. It's well worth it.
I think I'll have to look and see what my game came with.
It's amazing. Oh, so, maybe it did come with that then.
Because whatever it is,
that gun is
amazing. I compare all my weapons in Far Cry to the ones that I can buy or the ones that I'm finding. And the guns I've currently got just blow them all away. But then what do you think about... So there's that, pre-ordering games that you know you're going to want, you know you're going to like, you think it might be silly regardless, you still do it even though whatever. What about games that you don't really know anything about? Like Fallout 76.
That's dumb.
It's silly.
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Like, they shouldn't even take pre-orders for them.
Yeah, it's...
Like, that's an ethical thing on people selling games at this point.
It's literally just about money.
One, it could get shut down and you have to refund everybody. Yeah. Because...
Well, I mean, not really. Like, you pre-order from Amazon, doesn't matter. They don't actually take your money until it ships. But...
Yes, in that case. Yeah. But, I mean, that's not how it always was either. So...
Because I'm trying to remember the game that I bought, that I actually pre-ordered, and I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Which, that's a good point, because it's also silly that Amazon doesn't charge you until the game actually comes out.
Yeah.
So why are you pre-ordering it? Yeah. You're literally putting your name on a list, and that's silly.
Yeah. I actually read a really strange article the other day about a dude who used GameStop as his bank, where he'd get his paycheck and go cash his paycheck and just go pre-order all the games that were out. And then, like, if he needed some money, he'd just go cancel the pre-order and take the money. And he's like, worst comes to worst, like, I get some good games and I get, like, all the best stuff, you know, but otherwise I just cancel them. I can, you know, there's more GameStops in the stupid town I live in than there are free ATMs.
That's super funny.
Right?
But if it works, it works.
Yeah.
That says something about ATMs.
Right.
I should not be charged $3 to have my money.
Yeah. All right, well, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've done it before. I'm sure I'll do it again.
You know, and I know I will too.
Yeah.
I'm anti-pre-order, but, like, sometimes
There's
saving that $12.
Fun about pre-ordering, though, too. Well, it used to really be fun when you pre-ordered a game and you could go at midnight and pick it up physically, because that's the only way you could get it.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun. It used to be an event to pre-order. Like, I remember in college, like, the one Fred Meyer in Ellensburg is like, you'd flock there at night to be able to get that game when it came out at midnight.
I'll tell you, the biggest game that ever was sold when I worked retail was Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we pre-sold more copies than anyone, my store pre-sold more copies than anyone west of the Mississippi, which was like 250 copies. And it was crazy to get to work because we opened early, but not like super early. Like we normally opened at 10, I want to say, and we opened at 8 instead. Mm-hmm. It was the day before I got married. And, like, coming in at 8, and there was already a line of people outside. And, you know, like, the game's not there yet. We had to wait for, like, UPS to show up and then just, you know, box after box after box after box of just Final Fantasy VII. And just, like, selling it all day to nerds who are going to go home and, like, I took the next 4 days off work because I'm just going to tear through it. I'm not going to even sleep. I'm just going to play, you know. There was something really cool about that.
That's cool.
And, like, that still happens. Like, GameStop actually does. They don't even make you wait until midnight now. They actually do them at, like, 9 o'clock the day before, so you can, you know, get your game a little bit early. But I don't know. I mean, you stayed in line for a Switch. You dressed up as a cow. It was great. And now he's yawning.
Sorry, you caught me at the wrong time.
I was like a waitress.
I'm like,
how's your food?
Seriously. Yeah, no, I totally stood in line for 6 hours. I got there at 5, and I was number 26 in line, and they only had 50.
Oh,
Well, see, consoles, there's still a certain demand, though, when they come out. So there's still a reason to pre-order them. There's still a reason
That's
to
the actual
wait in
thing
line
you need a physical copy
I remember
of.
waiting. It was last E3, wasn't it? Where we waited for the minute the Xbox announcement came out, and I'm just like refreshing. I did the same thing actually with my Switch, where I don't remember when they announced it, but I had to stay up at I bought mine at 11:30 at night to be able to get a Switch. So
Yeah, I pre-ordered my Xbox One X.
yeah, same. I pre-ordered 2. I canceled 1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That guy. Interesting. All right. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you for that. And kind of along the same lines of pre-order-ish kind of stuff or like exclusivity kind of stuff, Josh wants to know, do you think publishers should pay for exclusivity on game content or delayed release times for games? Personally, he thinks it's a bunch of hullabaloo and games shouldn't release expansions, DLC, or content for one system only. This distracts from the player base, takes away from the creator intent. Can't we all just get along, Sony? Just saying.
Please.
So what do you think about timed exclusivity a la Destiny?
I think it is extraordinarily anti-gamer.
It's poo-poo yuck yuck.
And I think the thing is if I thought that they were doing, every once in a while, paid exclusivity comes out for an indie game, and I'm like, oh, that's fine.
Why is that okay for an indie game then?
Because Rockstar doesn't need the money.
Okay.
And so what my assumption is happening, and I don't know what the money is, but so you're a small indie game. We'll say Ori. I mean, that's Ori's made by, is that a Microsoft
Studios.
first party? Okay, so that's not a good example.
Let's talk about Inside. Let's say Inside has...
Actually, Inside's, I can actually think of one.
You can get Inside on your phone now.
Yeah. God, it's such a good game.
Right.
If you haven't played Inside, you should play Inside. There is actually a Microsoft exclusive one. I just can't think of, but it doesn't matter. They're a small studio. That game may only sell 500,000 copies if it's released as an indie game, and they release it everywhere.
Right.
But they come to Microsoft. Microsoft, hey, we want to make this an exclusive. We're willing to pay you $10 million to put it out on the Xbox. Mm-hmm. That's to an
and
indie
give it 5
studio.
extra levels.
Yeah, to a small. Well, I'm saying make that game exclusive.
Right. We're buying your game.
We're
to put
buying
on
your game and put it on our
Xbox.
station. For an indie studio, that might be the difference between that game. Well, I mean, Journey. That may be the difference between that game and other games after it getting made.
Right.
Versus not getting made.
Right.
Rockstar has $6 billion of GTA 5 money. They don't need to make this game an exclusive. They're just doing it because, holy crap, it's more money.
Right. But I think the question is a little more specific than a platform exclusive game. I think
he's talking
is
DLC and that kind of thing.
So, what do you think about, so Destiny 2 comes out same day, all systems, but
except
on the PlayStation,
on
the PlayStation 4, you get this extra map and these extra things that you can
if it's
play.
extra things,
I think that's what I think that's what the question
for me.
So
you've got platform specific guns that matters to me as much as buying my game at Target, so I can get my fancy DLC, my fancy pre-ordered gun. But when Destiny locked out strikes and raids from the Xbox, until the game, I mean, I think some of the stuff unlocked on the Xbox after Destiny 2 came out,
from the original game,
really close to when Destiny, that's ridiculous.
Right.
Years of timed exclusivity that just makes it so an Xbox gamer can't play that because the PlayStation paid for it.
That's stupid because that's the game.
That's the
game. It's not like a hat. It is the game.
It's the game.
Your game is strikes. Your games is doing these events with your friends.
To me overall, even when I was saying an exclusive, I think exclusivity is problematic. Just because we all want to play it, we're all gamers, and I know that there's a lot of fanboyism between PS4 and Xbox and PC Master Race and all that crap, but at the end of the day, we want to play video games, and anything that makes it so we can't play video games makes me mad.
Right. I think if they're going to do that, I honestly think that they should. Okay, fine. Sony just paid you $10 million to have these extra things available to PlayStation owners only. Fine. That game's $60. If you're going to take that over to Xbox and they're not going to get that stuff, then they get it for $50.
Yeah.
And then over on the PlayStation side as well, the players that don't really give a crap about it should also have that option to pay $50
option
without all that exclusive content.
Yeah.
Because honestly, in my opinion, it's one of those, if I don't have it in front of me, I don't know I'm missing it.
two
I
ginormous
personally don't
corporations
care.
exchanging money.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the thing that's interesting too is what people don't realize is when PlayStation buys exclusivity for Red Dead Redemption, oftentimes you're not just buying, hey, there's some items that are going to come out on the PlayStation that aren't going to come out on the Xbox. What you're also buying is the marketing rights for that game. And so what that means is you may not see Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox stage at E3. You may only see that on the PlayStation stage. Every single ad you see for Red Dead Redemption is going to say PlayStation at the end.
PlayStation.
And so there are a lot of games that are not PlayStation exclusive that people think are PlayStation exclusives because of that marketing.
Right.
And, you know, if you're a PlayStation fan, that's great. If you're an Xbox fan, that's really bad for your platform.
Yeah.
And I want to make a little comparison or whatever you might call it in a second, but I'm more happy with an exclusive game than exclusive game content. Like if you were to say God of War is on the PlayStation, that's the way it is. Fine. I think it's easier to understand that. And I think games are I'm going to explain a situation. You can butt in if this isn't exactly how it works. But to me, when a game is made like Red Dead Redemption, they are developing it for Xbox and PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
So it seems silly to say like this one's going to get more. If you thought about it like in the pre-phase, it's like, okay, we got this really cool idea for a game, Xbox and PlayStation. Who wants it?
Yeah.
And they say, oh, that's such a great idea. And they're like, that's not really a great idea. But Xbox is like, hey, that's a great idea. We're behind you. We give you money to do it. Now that's an Xbox game. Think of it like if Arrested Development, like Fox didn't want to make it anymore. Netflix said, we want to make Arrested Development. And that's what happens. So it's like someone believed in it and gave them money to do it. That's exclusive. It's Netflix's thing now.
Right.
Like it's a lot. I think games are way different than movies and television.
But no, I get that.
But it's like if it was, hey, we have this great idea and someone was like, that is a good idea. Yeah. Let's make that. Okay, that's your exclusive now.
And I honestly think that's where, and this is going to go into the next question, I think that's what Microsoft can do to help.
To me, like I would rather see every
next.
single game come out exactly equal on both systems and be judged on the value of its hardware and valued on the judge of its services and judged on the value of how easy to use its controller, its UI. Judge it on what your system brings to the table, not which exclusive
what hat you get to wear when you play it.
And it's I think the thing is like people talk about. I mean, the PlayStation has obviously outsold the Xbox this generation.
Yeah.
It's almost double.
Almost 2-to-1.
Yeah. And every once in a while I'll be using my PlayStation and I'm like, wait, the PlayStation can't do this? That's really weird. Why can't the PlayStation do this? And then you realize that it's all come down to these things. Like the reason it's done is I don't think it's arguably a better system.
No, it's
there
not.
are a ton of things it can't do, but it has all these exclusives. It has Uncharted. It has God of War. It has all these things.
It has experiences you can't have on the other system.
And it drives me nuts. Like the other day when I realized that I couldn't cloud sync between my two PlayStations, I'm like, why is that not a possibility?
You can't?
No. I mean, yes, you can do it entirely manually. But my Xbox, if I'm playing on one and I save my game, it automatically goes over the cloud and overwrites the old game. Or pushes the new save up to it. And when I turn on my new Xbox, it'll say syncing, and then I can just go right into that save game. On my PlayStation, I had to say, you can sync one. Your primary PlayStation will automatically sync to the cloud, but then you have to go up, pull that save down to your backup one, and then push it back up, and then pull it down. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal at all, but I'm like, why? Why when I take a screenshot of my PlayStation, doesn't it go out to my feed on PlayStation.com? It's just... You
can't just set it to do that?
No, I don't think so. I think you only can push it up to Facebook or Twitter. Xbox, it just automatically shows up on my feed.
Oh.
It's just,
I guess I don't do enough sharing. I really need to.
5 months ago, why couldn't I plug a hard drive into the PlayStation?
Right.
It's just wacky things. So... to me, I would rather see it judged on the value of its hardware and judged on the value of the system itself.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. All right, thank you for that, Josh.
I don't know.
SuperhypermegaWepaMan asked the question, what does Microsoft bring to the table to bring its fan base back to grace? Seems like the first-party games didn't do too well last year, and as an Xbox owner, he needs that, I'm getting that day one feeling. And he hasn't.
I don't think that's what you're going to get from Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right. Well, and so... To go back to what we were talking about with Netflix, and these shows getting canceled and then picked up and rebooted, revived, whatever you want to call it. I think with Microsoft and Xbox Game Pass, I think that if they take that Netflix model of, if you look at Netflix, what's popular on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of old shows and old movies and old this and old that and blah, blah, blah that people love watching and they want to watch it over and over again. And with all that subscription money, they've been able to finance their original content like Orange is the New Black and Kimmy Schmidt and all these other amazing award-winning shows. And I think that could be the direction Microsoft's going with Game Pass, because if you look at it, you've got a ton of Xbox 360 backwards compatible games showing up on there now. You're getting the first-party original content while it's not necessarily the best yet, because what have we gotten so far? Sea of Thieves.
You got Sea of Thieves, you got State of Decay.
State of Decay 2. They're not bad games by any means. You can tell they're kind of their first attempt at this type of model.
But I think the thing is like, you think about this, all right? So, like, God of War, huge game of the PlayStation, right?
You're never going to see that on PlayStation now.
But the thing is so like God of War sold about 3.5 million copies. Like, that's awesome. So did Sea of Thieves.
Yep. So did State of Decay 2.
Like,
it's up to over 2.
It's they're not selling. The first party games often don't sell 15 million copies because there's only one system they're on.
Right.
So if what you're looking for though is that big, like, oh my God, I got to have this game. That maybe the Xbox isn't for you, but there's some services there that are going to be. I like I said, I think a year from now we're going to look back in Game Pass and go like, oh, you're already seeing. I mean, we talked about this 6 months ago. Do you remember when we said like, hey, Game Pass could be that place where indie developers just push their game out and it's free? It's already happened. It happened last month. This could be the platform that.
This is I honestly think that Game Pass is the thing that's going to change the way we consume video games. I really, really do.
I agree. Yeah. And I mean, like, it seems to me the thing that we're going to look back a year or two from now and just go like, oh, yeah, that was really smart.
Yeah, Microsoft really just has to keep playing. They've got to keep their hand steady and keep going the way they're going. Well, because they're going in a good direction.
And like, you look at it and, Xbox every month puts out 4 games on Games of Gold, and it's 2 new ones and 2 old ones. And starting in 6 months from now, all of a sudden PlayStation's going to pull that back. They're not going to push out PS3 games on it anymore. So you're only going to be getting your PS4 games and a Vita game or 2.
And
maybe.
Only Vita until spring of next year.
Yeah, and so their Game Pass offerings are coming back, and so all of a sudden Xbox is like, hey, look at all this stuff we have. Look at all these free games. I mean, literally, like you were saying, you could. When I was a kid, you bought a Super Nintendo and you got Mario with it.
A game or 2 a year.
And you got a game or 2 a year and whatever you could convince your parents to go to Blockbuster and rent for you. I was talking to Kevin the other day and he got his daughter an Xbox and she has all these games. She could play from now until the end of time on new games every day. And that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I think that, they mostly said, I read this question earlier and I really had thought about Game Pass because it's just a new model. And I think that's what Xbox and Microsoft are presenting is we don't consume games. I'm similar to all 3 of these questions and our 3 last discussions all tied literally seamlessly together because, and I gave a presentation recently, and one interesting thing I said in my presentation, because, being in the radio business, a lot of what we do is live and local radio. It's what's happening now. And I made a comparison to television and something I deemed live events. And it's how many things do you think of in our lives now that you actually watch live? Yeah. And there's 2 things. There's Super Bowl and live sports and Game of Thrones, which 12 million people do tune into when a new episode comes out.
Wow.
But other than that,
are they watching it live on HBO or are they watching
there's
it on
4 million
HBO now?
more on HBO now.
Yeah.
There's 12 million people on cable watching it.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So, it all goes back. There are still television. There is still an audience. So when you say our ratings are down, it's it's not because there's less TVs. It's because your show's not that good. Yeah. And that's really the truth. If you put out good content, people would go. But the thing is, it's harder to push that good content out there because there's so much of it. Right. Media saturation is a real thing, and I think it's the same thing with video games. It's how many day one experiences that he's describing here are there actually? Adam felt one with God of War. When was the last time you felt that?
Yeah.
Not recently.
Well, and I think the thing is when you're talking 3 systems that are operating at literally their absolute peak, Like, the Xbox and the PlayStation are years into their life, and they're firing on.
I think the Xbox One X still has some stuff to prove, though.
I totally agree, but that's an awesome thing.
Yeah,
like these things
Actually,
are.
I think they all still kind of have a bit left to prove.
But that's what I'm saying. They're firing on 4 cylinders. Everything is smooth. The Nintendo has fitted right into that ecosystem. There are 3 or 4, 5, 6 games every month that I go like, I could drop $60 on that, and we're not even to Christmas yet.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, and my other thing on this was, do I need Xbox to deliver that? No, I don't, because I have enough to play. I'm not scratching to play my Xbox. It's like, I have a stack of games, and there's plenty more to come. Just because it's an exclusive, I like the Xbox controller better, so if I can play it on the Xbox, I'm going to.
The answer is watch the reveal on Sunday, because Xbox's reveal last year was incredible. And I think you're going to see some really cool stuff this weekend.
Yeah. And I honestly do think that Game Pass is the thing. And that kind of goes into our next question from Meeslaw. Do you have any new opinions on PS Now, which is PlayStation's subscription game service? It's a streaming service. So he asked about game choices, quality increase. Could they have any monumental announcements at E3 regarding the service? I think that if PlayStation Now went the same way as Game Pass, and instead of streaming it, made it a downloadable copy onto your home system, the same way that Game Pass does it, and rotate in and out these things, I think that's a more technologically solid way of getting that service to be better.
Yeah.
That's just my one thing.
Oh, Dylan's got his hand raised.
Is it still expensive?
Is it still expensive? It's, what is it, $120 a year?
Is it still $20 a month?
Yeah, it used to be $20
so
a month.
if you pay $20 a month, if you pay it monthly, it's $20 a month. And if you pay it yearly, I want to say it's $129 a year. So if you pay the yearly subscription up front,
obviously,
it's the same price as Game Pass,
right?
Basically.
But if I don't want to pay that every 12 months,
right? That's the thing. I think they need to lower it to a monthly standardized service, because honestly, I don't get that you get a discount if you pay the year up front. I think that's stupid.
That's so frustrating nowadays. Like, again, everything's so automated from cards.
Yeah.
Like, monthly payment should not be an issue.
No, just charge.
And it sucks because they all end up being on the same month, so it's like I'm freaking broke this month, but I don't have to pay anything for the rest of the year. And then all of a sudden December rolls around, and I'm like, dang it, I forgot.
Actually, you can get it for $100 for 12 months.
$100 for 12 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you pay $100, then it comes in cheaper than Game Pass, unless you pay it monthly, which is $20 a month.
Yeah. See, that like makes me even more mad. Is like you're paying literally like
$100 a
35%.
month or $240
right.
Like, that's crazy.
$100 a year or $240 a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bananas.
Yeah.
My guess the reason for that is they've done the math and found that people that subscribe to it pay it for a month or maybe 2 and then cancel it.
Yeah.
And so they make $40. If they get you in at $100,
then they made $100 and you probably never touched it. And honestly, I'll be honest, I paid the $100 for the year and I've not played it but maybe 2 or 3 times over the last 2 or 3 months.
To me, PlayStation Now.
Now, here's the cool thing about PlayStation Now, though. PlayStation Now is available on your PS4, PS3 if you still got it.
No.
Did they cancel the PS3?
Yeah. PlayStation 4 and PC.
And PC. It. So now that is the cool thing about that, is that anything you can play on your PS4 with PlayStation Now, you can also play on your PC. Game Pass only Play Anywhere titles available on that subscription can play on your PC.
Does it stream at 1080? Do you know?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. To me, like
I don't know.
He's going to say yes. I guess it would assume the game supported 1080 too. It probably streams in whatever the game supports natively. To me, the thing that PS Now does cool is I 100% believe that 5 years from now, this is how we're going to play all of our games. Maybe not 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I don't know.
You think it's going to be streamed and everything will be handled in the cloud?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
so then what I said about being able to download it to your system.
For now, I think that's incredibly important because internet is not, and maybe not in this country. Internet is really weird here where like we have screaming fast internet, but a lot of like the kind of, heartland does not.
Right.
So,
you're
internet
forgetting a certain group of people
when
you're relying on streaming.
We were going to dinner the other night, and I was talking with a friend of mine who had to go to some rural town in Washington somewhere. He works for a internet provider service, and they're going in to restructure their blah, blah, blah stuff to get a whopping 1 megabit a second download.
When I lived in Park City.
For $75 a month.
Yeah, when I lived in Park City, Utah, like my choice was 1 megabit or 1.5 megabit, you know. And I mean, granted, that was like 15 years ago, so it's probably better now, but it was like when they released that second 1.5 megabit, we jumped right on it. So
yeah, why not?
But, you know, like, I think that it will happen eventually. I think you will buy a effectively dumb box that will sit in your living room and, you know, you'll pay a monthly fee to have this stuff delivered to you.
It would be really cool if all the companies, like, what if there was Sony Tendo?
Yeah.
And, like, one box to stream them all?
Well, I mean, to me, like, it would be awesome, though, because you could buy, it would be real cool.
Sony Tendo.
But, you know, it may not even be, you know, maybe it's built in your TV. Who knows? I mean, PlayStation Now used to be.
Microsoft Tendo. There's the name.
It's good. But, you know, so you go, you know, you get that dream of, hey, it's in your cloud. Hey, it's on your handheld. Hey, it's on, you know, I think that is where it will go eventually. And I could be wrong, but
I think you're right.
It seems logical. And I've played some of those streamed services, and they're good. They're really good. But I think the mistake they're making right now is twofold. Is one, you can't download them to your system, which I think is really important for now. And two, they do an absolutely terrible job of telling you what games are coming onto that system now. Like every single month, I get the big announcement. It's parroted by all the magazines and all the websites of like, here's what's coming into Game Pass this month. 8 new games. And when they drop, you know, here's another 4, like the Star Wars games that just dropped. Like here, it makes a splash. I couldn't tell you new games that have been added to PS Now to save my life.
They're like, we just added 150 PS2 games in this thing, and we're like, but I don't know any of those. I literally don't know any of those games.
Yeah.
So I think the content, the games that are available on PlayStation Now, I think they're solid. I think they got a solid collection.
Well,
but there's a bunch of them that's just kind of like shovelware. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Well, the thing that I find very, very like telling about this is that when you go to the page for it, like they're showing Uncharted 3, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's on there. And then you're like, The Last of Us. The Last of Us isn't on Game Pass. I don't think.
On PlayStation Now?
Sorry, Game Pass. Yeah. Is it on PlayStation Now?
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually play The Last of Us?
That's where I started playing it.
I apologize.
That's on there. Red Dead Redemption is on there. Yeah. The God of War series is on there.
And that's what they show. Like, it's Red Dead Redemption. Great, which is, you know, a 7-year-old game, but legit. But Oblivion, which is barely
remember,
playable.
These are all PS3 games.
Yeah.
They're not,
a lot of them are PS3.
Those all are.
There are PS4
updated
games.
for, but all the ones they're advertising, though. I'm saying purely from that advertisement, those are all old games.
And they have PS4 games on it, which implies to me they must be bad PS4 games.
Well, they've got the new Jack and Daxter on there, which is a great game.
That's awesome.
They've got a couple other PS4s.
I just think it's really weird how they advertise
it. They're starting to add more PS4 games now just because
I just wish they'd do a better job of telling people about it, you know? To me, it's just not very well advertised.
But that's the thing. With 70 million PS4 Pros out in the wild, you don't need to.
I'd love to know what their subscriction numbers are. I guarantee you.
I'm going to say it's a third.
I bet Game Pass has a ton more. Yeah. Anyway.
I would say. There you go. Thank you for that one, SuperhypermegaWepaMan.
No, that was
Meeslaw. I mean, all these questions all kind of go one to the next to the next. I just screwed your name up again, Joe.
I'm glad you put them in this order.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. All right.
It was completely happenstance.
Seamlessly into the final question.
Yeah. Last but not least, since Mansox is MIA, the True Icon has rolled on up. Hello, True Icon. Welcome to the show. He wants to know, what's your favorite pizza toppings? His is ham, pineapple, and chicken from Marco's Pizza. Hashtag Marco's Rock On. I don't know what that is. Where is that?
I don't know.
Where's he?
I don't know.
I
will look up Marco's Pizza.
Okay. I am a meat eater through and through. We go to pizza all the time across the street. Oh, okay. So we'll do lunch once-ish a month, and we always typically go to this pizza place, Romeo's, and I get bacon and ground beef.
Which is good.
I like meat.
No, it's not.
Pig and cow.
Yeah.
It's like a bacon cheeseburger.
It's all right. You are anti-pineapple on pizza.
Absolutely.
Adam's wrong.
See, I would say pineapple is actually the best pizza topping. I think it can go on any pizza.
I agree.
Or by itself on a pizza.
I don't like I'm not saying that you're wrong.
You like pineapple though, right?
I love pineapple.
Don't like it on pizza.
I don't like pineapple on meat.
Interesting.
I don't like teriyaki burgers.
You don't like, really?
I don't like pineapple on ham. I don't like pineapple on meat. I don't like pineapple on meat. What's so hard to understand about pineapple on meat?
Do you know what I don't like?
And it's an animal.
I don't
they
like
don't
meat
go on
on
each
meat.
other.
My one rule for pizza is no pizzas. I will not eat a solo
sorry?
meat pizza unless it is a single meat. If it is sausage pizza, fine. If it is pepperoni pizza, fine. If it is sausage pepperoni, no. Put a vegetable or pineapple on it.
Interesting. So this actually makes a lot more sense to me, and I'm totally willing to give you a pass on that then, because you're not anti-pineapple on pizza.
No.
You're anti-pineapple and meat together. That's great.
What about pineapple pizza?
No.
No meat.
No meat. Why not then?
No, because hot pineapple.
See, it's
the only hot
now
pineapple.
it's hot pineapple.
The only hot pineapple I like. No, so I actually like hot.
Oh my
You know
God.
what? I don't like pineapple on pizza. I just don't.
Okay, so it's not a meat thing.
But it's 99.9% a meat thing. Because first of all, I'm not going to eat a pizza. I'm not going to eat a pizza
Don't
that
talk
doesn't
about
have
Cliff's
meat.
favorite pizza.
What?
Yes.
He often eats just pineapple pizza because
and that's fine.
It
However,
fits his household lifestyle.
As a meat pizza lover for a very long time, I will not eat a pizza that doesn't have meat on it.
That's interesting.
Even when they had that.
What about like a really good margarita pizza?
Yeah, margarita.
Yeah.
You had one with me.
See,
it was good. Remember how good that
you're
was?
all over the place.
No, it's good. It's fine. If I'm hungry and that's all there is, I'm gonna eat it. It's pizza.
We were starving too.
Yeah.
I'm starving right now.
I know, right?
Anyway,
when we go to get pizza, I get an Alfredo base, I get spinach, and I get pine nuts, and it's delicious.
Yeah, and that sounds delicious.
It's very good.
To a rabbit.
I do not eat meat. But Dylan and I were talking about this the other day when I did eat meat. So I've only been a vegetarian for 16 years. It was 16 years last month.
Only 16 years.
Only 16 years.
Well, he's older than 32.
But that means I was not a vegetarian for 24 years.
For most of his life, he's still not been a vegetarian.
And I was like
true.
the same. I'm like, I want meat with more meat.
Yeah.
That was my
I want a heart attack rolling up
I
out of
love
there.
meat lovers pizzas from Pizza Hut. That was my thing.
Still do.
Now, because I'm a vegetarian, my kid's a vegetarian, my wife is not a vegetarian. And my kid is a vegetarian that doesn't like vegetables.
So he's
young,
fruit eater.
whatever. Yeah. We often do get just pineapple pizzas because my wife likes pineapple. My kid will eat a pineapple pizza, and that's fine. So it's better than cheese. So anyway, I like margarita pizzas a lot too. But the best pizza I've ever had in my entire life, was a spinach and cheese pizza from Giordano's.
Oh, I can imagine that was real
It was
good.
so good. Everyone that lives anywhere close to Chicago should go to Giordano's. It's amazing.
Or spend $140 to have it shipped to you.
I have come so close so many times.
I need it.
Maybe I'll do one for my birthday this year. I'll have a big birthday party for
We'll make it
Cliff.
happen.
Have you given us your thoughts on this?
No.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
What was your choice?
I think pineapple is the best pizza topping. I think it's most versatile.
So when you go to Romeo's, you get
Sausage and pineapple generally.
good choice.
So I think the sausage and pineapple is a little.
Do you guys like? Are
little
you
better
big
than
fans of tomato-based pizza?
Yeah.
I like all of them, but I usually will go with the tomato base.
See, and I'm like the exact opposite. That is probably my
I like the
last
white sauce
choice.
base.
I like white sauce. I like garlic butter based.
See, I like white sauce pasta better, and then I'll do the red sauce on the pizza.
Like red
I'll
sauce
do,
is my
like-
least favorite.
I'll do an Alfredo base with chicken.
Yeah,
and
that'd be great.
Alfredo base with
But-
chicken and spinach and onion. Done.
That's not to say there's times where I cannot stand a certain place's red sauce, and I think it's absolutely terrible, and I much rather would have any other sauce in that instance. But I think a good red sauce is. It's just
Well, and the more I think about it, when it comes to pineapple on pizza specifically, I don't like the combination of like the garlic and oregano and all the stuff in the Italian. I don't like the Italian seasonings combined with a pineapple. I don't like it. I just don't like
Okay,
it.
so you don't have to. It doesn't
That's
matter.
all. I'm not saying you're wrong for
I think
liking
the thing
it.
is like I want to make pineapple like a thing, or not. I want to make it like an argument. But I feel the same way about pineapple as I do is like, which is better, the Xbox or PlayStation? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
It all does the same thing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I could
It just that's how strongly I don't feel about it.
Right.
Like just. Eat the one you want and don't eat the other one you want and play on your Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. It doesn't matter to me at all.
I guess the problem is if you say if you're one of the pineapple is never allowed on pizza people, then
Never allowed on my pizza.
you're the villain though, because everyone else is like, I just want to eat a pineapple on my pizza and not be hated
That's
for
why
it.
half and half is
like
fine.
I don't care if you don't want it on your
We
pizza.
need to get a
but-
picture of we work with a dude who has a giant tattoo of a pineapple on a pizza with a giant no thing. We should see.
See,
if we
I
can
think it's
get
hilarious.
We should get a picture of that and post it on our
See,
Facebook.
that's not okay though.
Yeah.
That's
He's a hater.
But that's
He's a
his
hater.
personal belief. And is he telling you you're wrong?
Yes, because he's saying pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. We're saying we just want pineapple on our pizza. If you don't want it, that's fine.
I don't have a
It's not a
pineapple
sign
on
that
pizza
says no
tattoo that's
pineapple
like-
allowed
yeah.
on pizza. See, that's different. You're picketing for the removal of pineapple from pizza. I just want to eat pineapple on my pizza.
We should talk about free games.
Oh my God.
I think our food discussions are sometimes the most heated arguments we have on this.
Yeah,
because ketchup doesn't belong on chicken strips.
We're like, video games, everything, peace and love, and play the games you want. We're like,
something you believe?
yes.
Yeah, I don't. I get.
We talked about this like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It, but
That's
I have
okay.
a physiological reaction to seeing people dip chicken nuggets or chicken strips in ketchup. I don't like it.
So are you saying that they're wrong for doing it?
No,
'Cause
I'm saying
not-
it makes me vomit. I'm not saying you can't do it.
Okay.
I'm saying it's vomit-inducing.
I love that we live in Seattle because we know how to speak to each other properly.
I could care less if you want to gross yourself out. Like, if you want to put that garbage in your stomach, that's fine.
And we're bringing it back.
It makes me sick, and there's a certain person who really
speaking of
enjoys
Game
ketchup
Pass.
So,
in our
hey,
building.
thank you for the questions, TrueIcon, MeSloth, SuperhypermegaWepaMan, Josh, and Vinny. If you have questions for us, you can always send them to us on our website or hop into our Discord where we got a channel for it. And I'm sure this discussion is continuing on while we're not even looking at it.
Is this like a 2-hour episode?
No, we're coming in under the gun. We're doing good.
It feels like we've been recording for like ever now.
Nope,
Perfect.
wrapping it up right now.
I can talk more about people
no,
who drown
let's
things in
not.
ketchup and how gross it is.
Anyway,
Do you ever need
how
a
ranch
bowl
goes
for
on
your
everything?
ketchup?
oh, I love ranch. on
Ranch
everything.
does go on everything, but people who put their ketchup in a bowl, that's a problem. You don't need a bowl of
when
ketchup.
I was a bartender, I had a girl come in, and it was happy hour, and she got a quesadilla, and she asked for ketchup. And I looked at her like she had just grown horns and started spitting fire. I'm like, what? And she goes, I don't know, I just like ketchup. It gives it a tomato-y taste. And I'm like, that's because it's made from tomatoes.
Right.
And she's all, but... Oh. And then she ended up going to the bathroom and locking herself in the stall. She couldn't get out. She accidentally locked herself in the stall for a half hour because she didn't
amazing.
want to yell and embarrass herself. It was hilarious. Because I went in there and I'm like, are you here? Your food's getting cold. I'm stuck.
It's funny. Like, I hate to keep talking about ketchup,
It's
but
okay.
like I think a lot about ketchup because I think a lot of people, this is their mind process. This is their thought process when they're like, what condiment do I want? And the first thing you go to is ketchup. And where most people just say, yeah, ketchup. I'm like, no, salsa, marinara sauce. Like, there's so many levels of ketchup-like things that are, if you want a tomato flavor on your quesadilla,
Salsa.
I'd much rather put it. Exactly. I'd
Right?
much rather dip it in salsa. I would
you go.
never.
If she'd
get
asked for
ketchup.
salsa, did you have salsa at the bar?
It had salsa on the quesadilla. It was a restaurant that came with a little side of pico de gallo and actual salsa.
See, that's my problem. It's like there's so many, and like ketchup is so weak compared to condiments.
It's sugar and tomatoes.
Right.
She sounded
Corn syrup and tomatoes. And some red color number 29 or whatever the hell
basic.
it
It's
is.
just like open
right.
your mouth a little and try new things.
Yeah.
Open your mouth a little
Anyway.
and try new things. Anyway,
All right, let's wrap it up with some cheap free games this week added to the Game Pass. 4 Star Wars titles. I saw this. I'm kind of excited.
this is actually like not even the announced stuff. There's like 6 or 7 other games that came to Game Pass this week. These just kind of dropped.
Yeah.
And they're all great.
And one of the games was already there. One of the Force Unleashed games was already on there, but because I'd seen it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
All right.
Or maybe it was KOTOR that I saw that was already
I
on
don't know.
there. One of them was already
KOTOR's
there.
on there now. So
Right.
if you never played Knights of
itself is awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
Knights of the Old Republic. My brother, it dropped, and he's like, "I'm playing KOTOR." He's like 20 hours into it now.
Wow. I should
Is
play
it
it.
the first one?
It's the first
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So this is an original Xbox game. So like keep that in mind. This game is not beautiful.
I'm curious what it would feel like.
It does not have terrific gameplay mechanics, but it's got a terrific story. This is old school.
It was awkward back in the day.
This is BioShock or BioWare, right?
Right.
Yeah, old
So
school
it's that,
BioWare.
It's that weird, like, hybrid, real-time, time-based RPG games where you, like, move around, but then when you're actually fighting,
Right.
it, like, breaks down into turn-based strategy.
So did they bring this out on the 360 or did they bring KOTOR 2 out on the 360?
KOTOR 2, I want to say.
So when Miles and I, Neurogamer and I, were actually dating 12, 13 years ago now, well, 12 years ago? Yeah, 12 years ago. I remember watching him play Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm thinking, like, there's so much actual dialogue in this game.
Yeah.
There's so much this you can... what? I remember it being insane.
Yeah.
So it's
cool.
kind of cool.
I've played on the iPad. It's fun.
Yeah.
But they also released the 2 Force Unleashed games, which are both
Lots of fun.
lots of fun. Like, they're not great, but
No.
they're really good. They're like both like solid 7.5.
They're fun games. Fun.
They're each about they're about 7-8 hours at piece, I want to say, but you can play both of them light side and dark side. So it's like 15 hours, 20 hours worth of gameplay, and they're both really fun. Once you get awesome force powers in that game, it is cool. And then Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the Lego Star Wars game, which is really fun. I've played all of the Lego Star Wars games. They're great. I don't know what else you say about Lego Star Wars. They're fun.
They're fun.
They're super fun.
And if you've got an Xbox and you have not gotten Game Pass yet or checked it out, there's a 14-day free trial available. You should, I guarantee you, if you check out Game Pass, see what they've got to offer, play the games that are there. Just in that 2 weeks, you're going to go, I will spend $10 a month. I will get 2 less cups of coffee a month.
We sound like such Game Pass shills, and it's like we don't get paid for this.
No, we don't.
We just like it a lot.
I'm tempted to give them $10 a month just because I know I still haven't done it because
do the trial.
I won't use it. Every other subscription game thingy that's come along, I won't use it. And I know that because I literally haven't been playing games that much. No game I've thought about playing has been a Game Pass game. So, again, I would just be giving them $10 a month for no reason at this point. So I'm still not on it, but I see the potential in it being like the Netflix of video games, which is in theory cool, but it needs to start generating its own content and picking up the smaller games that can thrust them into superstardom. Like that's cool, I get it.
Right. So if you look at me as the example.
I'm looking at you, you're looking at me.
I've got Amazon Prime, I've got Humble Bundle Monthly, I've got the PlayStation Now service, and I've got Game Pass. PlayStation Now, I've played a little bit. It doesn't keep drawing me back. Humble Bundle, I'm just doing it because it's cheap. I've touched maybe 5 of the games in the last 6 months of having that. Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, I make sure to add that stuff to my library, but I don't check into it. Mm-hmm. Game Pass, I keep coming back to that every other day, seeing what's there, putting new stuff, trying different games, playing different games, doing these different things. So if that says anything about the service, to me, who's not even that much of a real gamer, because I'll be the first to admit, compared to you two, I'm not a gamer. I like video games. I can hold my own. But so if that gives you an idea.
See, I think that's the interesting point. Like, we could have this discussion forever. But it's better. I think it's better for the casual gamer because you don't know what you want to play. Like me, I'm just going to play Overwatch for 20 to 30 hours a week. That's not on Game Pass, and I've already bought it.
Yeah.
So I think it's great for people.
And
it's great for people that, like, Adam is the perfect case study for it because he only got his first Xbox a week ago.
And I remember
6
saying
months ago.
how interesting it was. I was just going to say, Adam, don't buy any games. Just play Game Pass for a while. And that's essentially what you've done on the Xbox, more or less. But
I bought Burnout Paradise and I bought Okami.
And so it's like if you're already super invested before Game Pass, it's like it's not as good a deal. If you literally are at Square Zero Xbox, and you bring your Xbox in your home and you pay $10 a month and you never you're not going to know the difference and it's going to be a great experience.
Or like Kevin, Kevin plays on Xbox, right? Yeah. So I'm sure Game Pass would be good for him.
Yep, he's got it,
kids.
loves it.
He's got kids, him, that way for $10 a month, everybody's got something to play. You're not shelling out $120
and it works
bucks a month
with family sharing. So it'll work on every Xbox you have.
We could keep talking about it. Anyway.
And you can play multiplayer. So you can download a game. If you have 2 Xboxes, you can download it on both and play it with each other.
See, that's really cool. Mm-hmm. If I had someone to play with at home.
Yeah. You got a wife. Make her play games.
She plays PlayStation.
Oh, well, whatever.
Well, but you can't log into the Xbox under this.
No, you'd have to have 2 separate profiles, but you make one you set up a family plan.
Sharing. So it's family sharing, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's cool.
I need to set that up with my brother and his kids.
Yeah. Do it.
But they would have to have their own separate Game Pass subscription.
No,
you're sharing it with your family. So and because you're in the same house.
Oh, I'm going to hook that up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, on Twitch Prime, the Banner Saga? The Banner Saga and sequel among free games for Twitch Prime subscribers this month. So what do we got?
So we got Banner Saga 1 and 2, which are fun turn-based strategy games with great soundtracks by Oscar Winnery, my favorite person.
I have issues with
video games.
I have issues with the view of the map, but whatever, they're still great games.
A shooter called Strafe that is supposed to be good. I don't know anything about it. And then 2 actual local games. These are both made in Seattle. So Treadnoughts is
game.
Awesome. When Dylan and I went to ID at Xbox last September, you'd be sitting there and they'd be like playing, and all of a sudden you'd hear this huge big cheer. Everyone in the entire room turned around and they were always playing Treadnoughts. It's a couch co-op tank game where you're in these crazy levels and you've got a tank that you can use the gun to either shoot your enemy or launch yourself.
Oh, I remember you talking about this.
It takes a minute to get a grasp on because you have such good grip on your treads that you can drive upside down on the maps. So it takes a minute to orient yourself when you're like, okay, I can drive upside down and around this map. So it's a little tricky, but once you kind of get over that hump, it's a real fun game.
It's super fun. And it's 4-player co-op. It's a really good time.
Nice.
I very much enjoyed that game. We should definitely play it for Extra Life this year because it's good.
Cool.
And then the other one is Tumblestone, which is a Tetris-y kind of game. It's a lot of fun. I've played this one too. The guy
Where are you seeing Tumblestone at?
It's actually not in the list that you have.
Yeah, because I'm
looked
not
somewhere else. So Tumblestone this is made by a dude named Ty Taylor, who is actually the founder of Seattle Indies. I believe.
Nice.
So another local dude. So good stuff.
Cool. Make sure if you've got that Amazon Prime, you go in and get all that stuff.
It's free.
It's free. Well,
I mean, you have to pay for Prime.
Yeah, and then Amazon Prime's going up to $120
it's
a year.
benefit.
You know how worth $120 a year it is?
Yeah, considering I order from Amazon like twice a week.
Yeah,
and it comes the same day.
I bought my groceries from him today. I bought a microphone that's coming tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the show that there is to show.
Oh, finally.
Look at that. See how I did that?
It was good.
Man.
You are a person that talks.
I do. Sometimes not very well.
Yeah.
I like to talk, but they don't let me.
Schlabbity-doo and Geronimo. That's it. Okay, find us, follow us, like us on social media at Bite Me Podcast, BYTE podcast.com is our website, /Humble. We are an official Humble Bundle partner. Go there, buy stuff, help charity, help us.
It'll be good.
We're kind of a charity case. And yeah, make sure you join us in our Discord. Lots of discussions. I always pop in to see what's going on. I'm constantly go between house and dog and Kevin and work and blah, and things and stuff.
I, on the other hand, am a loser, and I'm there almost all day.
You're not a loser.
Yeah.
You're just way better with time management. I am not.
It could be.
I am.
He's there a lot.
I've been off a lot recently because I've been deeper into other endeavors in my life.
Yeah, I need to get back in there. But
I can physically make him be in there during work hours, though.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, do all the stuff. Find us and things and stuff.
It'll be great. You'll love it.
Video games, yo. Check out E3 this weekend. Let us know what you think in the Discord.
And I guess if you're local, come see us at the Kids Fair.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be at the Washington State Fairgrounds in Puyallup on Saturday the 9th. We get there. 10 a.m. is the early for people who bought tickets to do stuff and things, whatever. And then you can come in and hang out. We've got video games. There's going to be a VR booth set up next to us, which is going to be real cool.
We will not have stickers. They told us we couldn't bring
stickers.
I
know.
There's no stickers on
And I'm only guessing it's because of those little...
buggers.
That's
Scallywags.
Scallywags. The shenanigans that those
skullduggerous buffoons
people with the big $3 words.
Anyway.
$5 words.
Yeah.
Anyway, they won't let us have stickers. So if you wanted a sticker, we'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm caught up. So if you want some more stickers, we've got 1,000 of them. So
we had 2,000.
Oh, we have 2,000. So I'm being relatively generous.
Yeah. So
if you want an envelope of stickers,
yeah. Maybe we should make an envelope out of stickers.
Ooh.
Anyway,
maybe we can get our own stamps.
We need to go now.
And then we can send them their stickers on an envelope. And there you open the envelope and there'll be nothing in there. Maybe like the stickers on the outside.
Finish us.
We're done.
Bite me.